Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the Deadman's Podcast, episode 20. 20. Was gonna have something planned for this, but yeah, we don't.
Unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, unforeseen circumstances. Sorry about that. I'm trying to fix my mic here. But yeah. Welcome back, y'all. This is really not even a planned episode at all. Never even talked about what we're gonna talk about. So
we're just winging it. Right?
We're just winging it right now because we are currently, of course, as you can see, we're not even in a hotel room. We're still in the hotel that we're staying at currently. We're just using a little boardroom office space thing that they conference room. Yeah, there you go. So
That's the word.
Yeah, welcome back, y'all, to episode 20, and hopefully I had a good week. And yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks, as if you guys been paying to the news and stuff like that, with the whole Joe Biden dropping out and the attempt on Mr. Donald J. Trump, that guy. Yeah, so it's been crazy these past couple of weeks.
Wait, did he have like a wrestling intro, or did he just like when he came out?
It was literally the da-da-da-da-da, or something like that. I think.
Oh,
it was
like the presidential theme.
Yeah, but he
like
wasn't even a president back then.
The American theme.
Yeah, the American theme. That's what it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't even like a official theme. I don't think. Like it was just a default American theme.
Oh, so Vince wanted him to be president from the start.
I guess. I think my memory could be serving me wrong, but it was like just the normal.
Like American eagle,
yeah,
American
thing.
flag.
No, it wasn't even none of that. It was just the I think pomp and circumstance, I think is what it was.
Oh.
I think it's what it was back then.
Interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all, man, it's been a crazy week. Like I said, it's not planned. So we're just gonna be talking about random stuff this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, how was your week, honey?
Man, I'm free.
Yeah, free.
I'm free.
Free from the siren.
I don't work at Starbucks anymore. I can finally say I can talk shit about that place.
Yeah, you can.
Fuck Starbucks.
Yeah, that place is horrible.
Oh my god.
That place is.
The people there are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I love my coworkers, even though I've trained half the staff.
The current staff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, current, and there are some past staff that have left that I've trained as well.
Mm.
But yeah, everybody who wasn't my supervisor, or the only other person that's been there for 37 years, I trained everybody. Absolutely everybody. And what do I get in return? Nothing. Oh yeah, that's better. Well, no, I take that back. They threw me a little party. Well, the people that mattered and I cared for, they cared for me. They threw me a party. They brought me, they got me cake, gifts, food, all my favorite foods. To be known, or to be loved is to be known and to be seen. So it's bittersweet. I'm gonna miss working with that crew, just because we had such a good dynamic, and when everything was going to hell, we still made it through. But yeah, I left on a good note, even though I'm pretty sure the place is gonna start burning. I do feel bad for the people that are still there. But yeah, the ship has been sinking for quite a long time, and now that I'm leaving, the only trainer that was there, the ship is gonna, like, what's the word? Capsize. It's gonna capsize. Like, break apart and slowly sink into the ocean, like the Titanic.
Is there anybody there currently that can train?
I mean, the supervisors that are there can train, but they have to do that on top of their own job. Yeah. Which is difficult to do when you're trying to run the store and take care of somebody that has no idea what's going on, and you can't expect them to learn everything all in one day. That's what I always stress to them. I was like, my whole goal for you is to make sure that you're not stressed out, that you are retaining as much information as possible, but you're not feeling overwhelmed. Because I want you to feel like, oh, I got it. I'm not being like forced, like, oh my god, I'm stressed. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't remember that. No, I'm not going to put that on you.
So my question is, what is something that you would say could make that environment better? In case there's people that may watch this that may either be working at Starbucks or thinking about it. What is...
Honestly,
From your perspective, because I know not all Starbucks are the same, but from the
right.
AFES type of Starbucks, ran by the military, what is something
Oh,
what can make it better?
upper management sucks.
Very true.
We have upper management that have no idea what the they were doing, and when they would try to butt in and change all these different things and follow their own policies and not Starbucks policies, we were like, "Yo, what the isn't gonna work?" And they were like, "Oh, you'll be fine. Just do it." But no, it's not gonna work out that way. And
So
then
so it's kind of like someone higher up, like a big wig or whatever is what we call them in my line of work.
a dictator, as I
Yeah,
would call them.
it's kind of like them trying to dictate or to make y'all do something without even
Right.
really having hands-on experience.
Right. So I understand this is a place of business. The whole goal is to make money so we can get paid, we can pay the bills, whatever. I get it. But your place of business cannot run if you are adding in these unrealistic expectations and these ridiculous rules that make no sense whatsoever and make no sense coming from someone who has never been trained by any Starbucks professional. Now, if you were coming from like a corporate store, like you're a higher up person and you're like, hey, I think this would work better. I've had a store, blah, blah, blah. Then be like, okay, cool. Yeah, we'll try it. But if you've never set foot in a Starbucks, never made drinks, never read the book, never been trained on anything, don't butt in. You have nothing to say. Just because you think it's gonna work, and you're not listening to the people who have been doing it for years who know that's not going to work.
I agree with that. I like if someone higher up.
It makes me mad still.
Yeah, even in my line of work, of course, you already know what that is.
Mm.
I can't really touch on it, but I've hinted at it in past episodes if y'all have watched them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of, we call them big wigs, like I said. That
I call the one we had a dictator because that's what that person is.
yeah, I ain't gonna say no names. In my line of work, of course, we have what we call big wigs, and a lot of them will pass these policies and stuff like that doesn't make absolutely any sense. And then when something bad happens, they're like, okay, well, why did this happen? I'm like, well, first of all, y'all try to pass these freaking policies that doesn't make any sense for someone if you actually step foot inside of a facility. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So I completely understand that. Like it's annoying. Like if you're gonna be in those kind of positions, I feel like you should have been inside and actually been hands on with whatever it is. But for you to try to, control and pass these rules and micromanage, and you have no idea what you're doing and never actually experienced it firsthand, you shouldn't be trying to talk about anything.
Like there's one instance that I can think about, and I wasn't there for the morning shift part of it, but I was there for the aftermath of it. We had I guess you'd call her like a corporate lady. She came down from like the higher ups of Starbucks to do like an inspection, and our upper management were there, and she was trying to improve our drive-through times because that's all Starbucks cares about is their drive-through and making money. She had suggested putting
Money, please.
money, please. She suggested putting our no. She suggested moving like some of our oven or like another one of our ovens closer to the drive-through so we wouldn't be walking back and forth because our drive-through is here. Our oven is all the way on the other side. So she suggested
It.
yeah. And she's like, I'm not sure where you guys can put it, but you guys can figure it out. Maybe it's something you can implement. So our wonderful upper management decided to put it on a counter that is so wobbly, and it's where we make all of our cold drinks at. So my supervisor was telling me as soon as she put the oven on there, this oven is like 50, 60 pounds, the counter started to lean down. So if it was up there for any longer, I'm sure the counter would have fell, and I wanted her to leave it up there because then they would have to replace the whole counter. But our upper management was like, oh no, that's fine, that's perfect. It needs to stay right there. If it's not there when I come down here, we're gonna have an issue.
They're absolutely idiots.
So when I came in and I saw like that empty space of the oven and I see all the stuff and I was like, oh, what happened? My supervisor was telling me, I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Absolute idiots. That's upper management for you.
And then when our upper management came in, she's like, oh, what's this? What happened? Why aren't you doing what I told you to? And my supervisor explained, she was like, well, either it's going to be right there and the counter's going to break, or we're just going to move it back to where it normally was. So even when we told her, hey, this stuff isn't going to work, she was still like, oh no, do it, because I said so. Like we're children.
Man, that's normally how it goes, and it's it never
so
goes
glad
well.
I'm gone. So glad.
I can see it on your face. You seem very happy.
I'm de-aging as we speak.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The wrinkles are gone.
You never had wrinkles to begin with.
Oh my god, the stress.
That's the next part we're going to get into here in a second. All right, on to the next part of
so
the episode.
weird.
Yeah, it's very weird in here. It's like so quiet. Like I'm pretty sure you can hear everything in here.
It's like soundproof. Like if I fart right now, you guys will hear it.
I really like this. I might ask him, hey, can I rent this out like every Saturday for like 30, 40 minutes? But yeah, so speaking of stress, 'cause I know you mentioned it in the last
And
part.
I was stressing every day at that job.
When you like, you know, this podcast, I like to talk about mental health a lot, and
Of
of course, this is kind of like I'm trying out something different this episode. If y'all haven't already caught on, it's kind of like an interview kind of type thing.
Oh, you interviewing me? Wow.
Kind of, yeah. Well, also you be my co-host or whatever, so it's kind of normal. But so you mentioned stress, like, and I think we might have talked about stress on here before. I'm not entirely sure if we have or not. I don't know. 20 episodes in, I don't remember anything at this point. I don't remember nothing. When it comes to dealing with those situations at Starbucks, and you know, you being around other supervisors and workers and stuff, how did the stress affect y'all's like everyday work flow?
I mean, me as a person already, I can handle stress pretty well when I'm working anyway, just because I tell myself, don't let it get to me, because when I go home, I'm going to try and just forget everything that happened. I don't. But, you know, fake it till you make it. But in stressful situations like that, because most of the team is all females, you can just feel that tension of just everybody like upset, angry, stressed out, and it's more of like trying to keep everybody's spirits up. At least that's what I tried to do. I would try and like tell stupid jokes, or if a customer said something wrong, like, oh, can I get a caramel macchiato? I'd be on the headset going, macchiato. And then I would hear laughter and be like, okay, I did my job. But honestly, that job was way more stressful than it needed to be.
I agree.
It did not need to be that stressful at all. And the fact that it didn't make any sense at all.
I agree 100%.
We're literally making coffee. We should be chilling, having a good time, making funny doodles on cups, talking to customers, enjoying our time, making money, but no.
So for like anybody who does watch this, what would you suggest if like, not even necessarily Starbucks, but any type of like retail job, what would be your advice?
Get out.
I agree 100%.
But
Get out while you can.
I know some of y'all are like that's the only job you have, or some of you have been there for so long that it's just you don't know anything else. I get it. Totally understand. That's why I think it took me so long to get out of Starbucks, because I've been doing it since 2018. Oh my god, that sounds so sad.
It has been that long?
Yeah.
Is that starting at the bootleg one too?
Yeah, so I used to work.
You're counting that as well?
Yeah, I used to work at a We Proudly Serve Starbucks. So not necessarily a licensed store, but still one that...
Better.
Huh?
I think that was actually better.
I liked it just because it was inside of a hospital, so... Everybody was chill. The tips were fantastic, and I got to know people more one-on-one, because it was such a small cafe that, like, it was just me during my shift. And now if I was training somebody, then of course it would be 2 people, and sometimes manager or assistant manager would come in, but they weren't there the entire time. For most of my like 6-7 hour shift, it was just me, so I really liked that. I could also control the cleanliness. I'm very OCD about how things were, so as long as everything was clean, I'm good. But yeah, I did that until 2021, and then yeah, 2021, and then November of 2020. That's when I started the actual licensed Starbucks.
So for you was working at Starbucks and there at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing both.
So you no.
So I would do morning shift at the hospital. I would do that from 6:30 a.m. until 12:30, and then I did 1 to 5:30 at licensed store. So I would basically be doing 12-hour shifts.
I remember that. Jesus Christ. It's been a long time.
And then when the one at the hospital, that manager sucked.
Yeah.
So she wrote me up for insubordination, which literally didn't make any sense. That's a whole nother story I won't get into. So the same day that she wrote me up was the same day that I quit. I literally put my keys in my little deposit slip and I left.
Now she's not even over that place no more.
No.
So I would say like
the whole question.
Yeah.
Like what do you mean, like survive, make
like,
it more bearable?
If someone is like how did it how did it affect like the team morality? I guess I can phrase it that way.
Man, stress.
I think that was a question. I don't even remember the question.
If upper management like stressed us out, you could tell because the supervisors would put on their best face.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had to. That's their job. They don't want to bring everybody down with them. But because I've been there for so long, and I knew everybody like the back of my hand, I was like, oh, she said something to you, didn't she? What did she say? Oh, really? That bullshit again? All right, if she comes in here, I'm gonna say something. I don't think our upper management liked me very much because I would call her out on her bullshit. Like if she spoke to me a certain way, I would be like, huh? Me?
What?
You're talking to me?
What? What?
Yeah, I don't think she liked me very much. She didn't even say bye to me on my final day.
I wasn't expecting to.
Despite me being the star, whatever, employee since March. Whatever. That lady sucks.
I would say my what's like a year I worked there, a year and 3 months, working at Kroger.
I've been in retail more than you have.
Yeah, she's been way longer. I got out so quick. Because I knew
cut out for that life.
No, I knew I was worth more, and I still think I'm worth more than where I am now. But I was telling her, I know she's worth more, and I know she can do a lot better than what she was doing. So that's why I'm happy that she got out, and now will be.
It's like I got out of jail.
She'll be crossing the fence, if y'all catch what I'm saying, to join me. So, yeah, for my little bit of time I was in the retail, I can tell you that I know they understood what kind of person I was very quickly. I was type that I did not care about the rules. I didn't care about the customer's always right. I did not care at all. My thing was if I'm gonna work somewhere, I want to enjoy it while I'm there. Right. As much as I can, even though it wasn't the greatest job. I did meet my best friend there, who I call my brother. I met him there, and we would always, our thing was always trying to enjoy our time there. And
oh man, the cool thing, you met your brother there. His brother also met his wife there.
Yeah.
So cool.
And we try to always enjoy our time there. So we would always crack jokes, and we'll put on like little skits for people. Even though we're ringing them up, or we sitting there talking, cracking jokes, and like I said, making skits, make people laugh. And people are so miserable in some of their positions where they actually got onto us for cracking jokes and stuff. And I'm just like, they're like, well, did you include the customer in y'all's conversation? I'm like, yes, we always do. That's why they love coming to our line. That's why our lines will be the longest ones all the time. And people would not want to leave our lines. They'd be like, oh, we'll wait for them. Then we had one Karen, she complained about it, and they told us to not, I guess crack jokes or whatever. And I'm just like, why? Like, when people
They
are
always
always
want
laughing.
you to be miserable.
They want you to be miserable in retail, and even fast food and stuff. It's ridiculous. So, like, what we did was we continued to do it anyway. We didn't care. Because, like I said, we had people that would come to our lines and specifically wait for us. And when one of us wasn't there, like, people would ask, like, oh, where's the other one at? Where's your other friend at?
Where's the other one?
Yeah, where's the other one at? Where's he at? And they're like, oh, he's not working. I'm like, oh, man. I was like, yeah, it's okay, though. You know, we're just having fun. So we would make the best of a shitty situation.
Right. I would do the same thing because for a lot of people, this job is paying their bills.
Mm-hmm.
And it's harder for them to get out because they rely on this job so much.
Yeah.
So I understand that you can't just get up and leave. So during situations like that, that's why I would try and make everybody laugh or just try and make things go as smoothly as possible. Like, I would be known as the one that would get shit done.
Yeah, I was the type to, you know, work hard, but I would always slack off at the same time. It takes a professional to be able to do that kind of stuff. So, like, what I would do is when I first got hired at Kroger, like, I was a courtesy clerk. I would, you know, bag groceries. I would get the cars from outside, and, like, sometimes, you know, when I'll say the golden time for me there was when we had our buddy Daniel. It was me. There was Michael. Of course, bro, he was there. And, like, but it was mainly the younger ones. Like, we would always put on, like, competitions to get in carts. So you'll see, like, a giant line of carts. Like, if you pulled up at that store, you would see like 30, 40, 50 carts at one time, and we'll be trying to have a competition pushing them. And we will always have one guiding the carts into, like, the little bay. So when I say there were times we left work sore because we was having fun, man.
Right.
And it was night shifts, so we didn't really care. And, like, it wasn't busy, so we had to wait on cars and nothing like that. So we would always, like, push the carts and have competition, see who's the strongest one there. All right, so I forgot the intro. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Deadman's Podcast. It's probably with two intros, but yeah, welcome back to the Deadman's Podcast. Scatterbrain, mentally drained. I am your host, Kenny, as always, and next to me is the lovely, bodacious, most beautiful, intellectual, and just extravagant, most unique, rare specimen walking this earth, Laura.
Huh?
Just a little edit there, just a little edit. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna get back into the show.
You're gonna have a hell of a time editing this.
I'm gonna have so much fun editing this. But yeah, so like I was saying, like, we use, like, Kroger. Like I said, we would have competitions and we'll push, like, carts and stuff, which I held the record. I think I still do. The most carts pushed. Which I can't remember the number, but it was a lot of carts. And I have to hold the record. Actually, I have witnesses. But we always had fun. It was the golden time for me there. Mainly when those people would be on shift with me, and especially when my brother was on shift with me too, because that was like we all had the same agenda, you know, make money and just have fun at work while we can. Of course, upper management, they would try to not schedule, mainly me and bro there. They started to not schedule us together. And so what we started doing in retaliation is if one was working and they needed help, they would try to blackmail us to get one of us to come in. So we started saying, try. So, like, we forced their hand because they stopped scheduling us. So when one wasn't there, they would reluctantly try to get one of us to come in. And if we were like, I don't think I want to call him. I don't think so. I know he can go answer if you answer. So basically forced them to start putting us on shift together.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so we basically outsmarted him in a way. Because I'm like, you don't want to schedule us, but then you want me to call him to come in? So, yeah.
I love the higher ups.
Oh, yeah, it was so dumb.
Wonderful.
I'm like, why would you, first of all, y'all stop scheduling us, so why are you trying to use me to call him? I'm like, nah, let's, like, start scheduling us together. So they end up starting scheduling us together.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a really shitty time. But at the same time, you know, I'm glad I worked there because they made me to who I am today, and it definitely taught me, like, patience and kind of.
He's still working on it.
Yeah, it's not going too good. But overall, I think it was a good time. But I would say, back to you.
Because I'm getting interviewed.
Yeah, you getting interviewed. So overall, like, what would you say? How would you rate your time at Starbucks? And if you could change something, what would it be?
Man, I'm gonna give it a solid 6. The higher rating is because of how much I got paid.
You can get paid more where you're going now.
But for the job, getting paid that much is a lot higher than a lot of the places around here.
True.
Just for what I was doing, it's a lot higher.
Oh, so in a management position, some of the other places.
Yeah. Which I did not want to be a manager there, or even a supervisor. I stayed at my trainer position, and that was it. I saw what went on behind the scenes. I heard it. I saw it firsthand. Did not want to move up. Even though they begged me to, I didn't want to do it.
I'm my own manager now.
But yeah, a solid 6 because of the pay and also the people that I worked with. If I didn't have such a good team and a good prior manager, the best prior manager, I don't think I would have loved the job as much as I did.
You didn't leave too far after her either.
No.
It's only been a couple months, right?
Yeah. She said herself that if our upper management left, she would come back in a heartbeat. I think our upper management was the main reason why the best manager ever that ever walked this earth. I think that's why she left. Which I completely understand. Our upper management lady sucks.
So you would change upper management pretty much?
Yeah, I would change it to somebody who knows what the heck they're talking about. And if they want to implement changes, they would have to be behind Starbucks.
Yeah.
Now, I could understand if she was trying to learn how to do things. Like if she came to me and was like, hey, Alora, I want you to train me how to make drinks, how the store operates, how you guys interact with customers. I want to see how it's done. Train me. I would have been like, okay, sure. Because if you're wanting to learn, then okay, I understand you trying to implement these changes. But that wasn't the situation at all. She didn't care.
No. Normally higher ups don't care.
She was just pushing us to make money so she could get her bonus.
Yeah.
Which that's a whole nother thing.
That's usually how it goes.
That's a whole nother thing, baby.
That's usually how it goes. Sadly.
Yeah.
So, mentally, I know we brought up stress. This podcast is kind of centered around mental health, along with entertainment. The mental state of the workers. How would you say that?
In the garbage.
Really?
Absolutely in the garbage.
I know stress is a big thing, but what else?
Honestly, the stress. Sometimes the customers are complete assholes. I've had somebody, like, while I was cleaning the lobby, spill a drink. I told you about this. This guy is now banned from the store. But sometimes it is the customers as well, because they, for some reason, they are having a shitty day, and they want to make your day just as terrible. And then sometimes it's their own personal lives and stuff that they've got going on, because we work with a lot of military wives. So a lot of the times their husbands, their spouses, they're not there. So they have to carry their families on their back, working, taking care of their kids, making sure the bills are paid, while also dealing with the stress from upper management. So I would say it's sitting on the garbage. Like, if it was pushed anymore, they would be in the garbage.
Based on my first-hand experience looking at them, yeah, it doesn't.
You can see the bags under our eyes. You can see our eyes twitching.
They all had gray hair and long nails. I guess like some little slaves just working away, just making drinks.
Yeah.
Long fingernails because they don't cut them no more.
Oh no, we have to cut them.
No, I'm making a joke.
Like I know you can't see my nails, but if I had the current length that I have right now, I would get written up.
Yeah, y'all just like them like the decrepit old women just working in Starbucks. Like, y'all have no life, no soul no more. Y'all just
no, the soul, like, there was no soul anymore in that store.
the soul that y'all see, man, that's all a facade, bro. Not ever happy.
No, the regular customers that we would see every day, they would make it worthwhile because they would see like us overworking ourselves, and they'd be like, "Oh, honey, take your time. We understand. Just get to our drink when you get to it. Don't worry about it." And we'd be like, "Oh, thank you, thank you. We love you. Thank you."
You know, the one place I really do feel bad for is like Chick-fil-A. Like I feel like they put on the biggest act. Like I don't think any of them are actually happy.
I mean,
maybe the younger ones, because you know it's money. They're getting money for the first time in their lives. But I think some of the older ones, like they're forced to put on a smile and say my pleasure, when really they were just like, I'm fucking out of here. Like I feel like it's like those like it's a cry for help deep down.
At least the one where we live, it seems like they're always fully staffed.
Oh yeah.
Which is a great thing because a lot of places aren't fully staffed nowadays.
I gotta bleep that out too.
Oh my god. You got another question for me, Mr. Interviewer?
That's why they're staying staffed.
Nope.
I'm gonna keep it down.
Oh.
Yes, I want to make sure that it focuses on our faces.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I didn't think about it till just now. But
we're already like 30 minutes in.
30 minutes in, yeah. But I guess my next question would be if for people that's gonna go and maybe work at Starbucks, if they watch this episode, what would you say from your personal experience? Because you know, like I said, you worked at the military version of it.
Yeah.
What would be your advice for them? What should they expect when they go in?
Well, my first advice,
if it's like their first job or whatever,
work for a corporate store.
Yeah.
Do not work for a licensed store. Our licensed store really did not offer that many benefits. So work for a corporate store. Try to get as many hours as possible. Drain them of all of their money.
Yeah.
Use the benefits. Use that that college degree program. Use it. Use the stocks program. The health insurance, use all of it.
Did you ever get your stocks out of them?
No, because with our licensed store, I don't get it through them. It's through AFES.
So how would you get it? Or you still have it in there?
Hey, I still have it in there, kind of. We won't talk about it. But honestly, it's not that bad of a first job. If you have a good team supporting you and a good trainer to train you, I think you'll be okay. It's not a lot to remember. Honestly, just try and focus on doing one thing at a time. If you see like all the drinks lining up and the drive-through line wrapped around, don't think about it. Just take one thing at a time.
Let them be mad.
Exactly. Let them be mad. They saw the line before they pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
They could have easily left. They could have easily gone somewhere else. Or when they're coming in, they've seen the line going through the lobby, or they see the amount of cups behind the counter. They can easily go somewhere else.
Very easily.
So take your time. Take your time.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, it's not that bad of a first job. I think people make it a bigger deal than it needs to be, but it's truly not that bad. I think my favorite part was just getting to know like the regular customers who actually enjoyed speaking and talking with you. Like they weren't just doing it because they had to. They were like, "Oh, how are you? How is everything? How has your day been?" You know, those people really make it worthwhile.
That's how it was for me too at Kroger. It was always fun seeing the people that I knew would be happy.
Yeah, like
not the miserable.
Like I'm gonna miss seeing my regular customers every day, but fortunately, my mom works at the one in the hospital I used to work at. Thankfully, the same manager's not there, so a lot of those regular customers visit her coffee shop now. So if I ever need to see him, I can just come up there and be like,
Really?
"Oh, hi."
Really, they pop up there now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
There's one. I won't name him, but I've known him since I started working at the hospital one in 2018. And when I first started, he would always make sure that I was good, or if there was anybody bothering me, he would take care of it. And now that mom's working over there, he'll always like pick on mom, be like, "Oh, you know, your daughter makes it faster." And she'd be like, "Well, go over there then." But yeah, if I ever need to see them, I'll just come up there. But Starbucks isn't that bad of a first job. Making it a career,
Definitely not.
you may
Not unless you
want
plan
to
on.
rethink that.
Not unless they give you like a sweet deal and you're gonna be like over a store yourself. Then no.
Yeah,
I
or
said it.
if they offered me the opportunity to be the person that inspects different stores, I wouldn't mind doing that because I know what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Having my years of service, I wouldn't mind doing that.
I would never go back in the retail field. Screw that.
I would be the one in the higher up position because
I can't do hourly jobs no more. I can't because they treat you like shit.
yeah, they do.
That's why
You're
if I go for
easily
another job, it's my
replaceable,
salary.
but good luck trying to find a replacement for me. I'm gonna let my ego be high this episode because it deserves to be. I put a lot of hours, put a lot of effort in that store. I held that store on my shoulders.
Yeah, I'm very proud of you.
For weeks, months at a time.
I'm proud of you for what you did, and I'm proud that you're out now.
Yeah. You and me both.
Yeah, I'm very happy for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Starbucks.
I can breathe.
So I guess let me see.
I can get my nails done.
What would be? Okay, we talked about what they should expect when they go in. What is something that you would say, I guess to avoid, if there is anything for them to avoid? But yeah, let's take it back. Let's take it back some because there's something I forgot to. Let's say these people if they got hired at Starbucks, what is like from your experience? Like I said, your experience.
Because I'm not an expert.
No, you're not an expert.
I've worked at 2, and that's pretty much it. Well, 1.5, I guess.
What was the daily task like? What was take us through a day-to-day, like schedule?
Well, with our store, our supervisors like to keep variety between everyone, so everyone felt comfortable in each station with like making drinks or taking orders to cleaning tasks as well. So since I'm such a strong person on every station, they would be like, oh, where do you want to be at? And then I'll get to pick. But if I'm training, I don't really have much of a say-so. But most of the time, I'll do it as if I'm training. On a training day, I'll start them off by, like, reading through the Starbucks manual.
Sorry, that's someone doing their job.
Yeah. Wait for them to go. Okay. Yeah, I'll have them read the Starbucks manual, make sure they remember some of the key stuff. I don't have them remember every little thing, even though I'm sure the Starbucks GM would like that. Absolutely not.
Shoot,
They
we
just
don't read none
started.
of that.
Yeah, I would have them read through that, and then depending on how many people I have scheduled, I'll start them on the bar. But if it's super busy, then I'll just kind of start them on like making coffees, keeping everything stocked up, keeping everything cleaned, kind of small stuff so they can get familiar where everything is in the store. But if I have more time after that, then I'll start showing them how to make drinks. Because I feel like everybody gets stressed out making drinks, but it's really not that bad. You think too much about it, honestly. Once you get familiar with the espresso machine, which I'm not going to miss that. I hate that machine. Well, just because ours kept breaking all the time. But yeah, once you get the hang of the espresso machine, it's really not that bad. And then you have to remember how, like, the beverage sequencing, and then how many shots of espresso go in each drink, how many pumps of syrup. I always made like little cheat sheets for the green beans that started, because I know how difficult it is trying to remember all that.
You just call them green beans?
Yeah, they call them green beans.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Because when you start off, or when you get certified, you get like a little coffee, like little green bean pin.
Oh my god.
I don't have mine anymore. I lost that one. I have my trainer pin, but that's about it.
So one thing, the question I just thought about is mentally, what kind of person does it take? Mentally, what kind of person does it take to work at a Starbucks?
You got to be ready to hold hands with these customers sometimes because they won't know what they want. They won't even know what they're talking about.
I'm one of them. I always called for her. I know what I wanted.
They will just come up to the speaker or come up to the counter and be like, I want that. And then not say what size, not say if it's hot or iced. If they want a different milk, they don't say it until after you've made it and after they've paid. You really have to hold their hand. So if you get easily frustrated by people just not speaking, I wouldn't recommend it.
That's fair.
That scared me.
Yeah, I don't know what's next. I think it's the laundry room, I believe. I don't know. So, I guess, like, if you... What was the question I asked? Okay, yeah. I'm going to cut this part out anyway. So, when it comes to, like... Okay, so, you know what? Actually, we'll go to the customer side. What kind of customers normally do you encounter? Like, what's the craziest, like, I guess, like, story you have about a customer?
I can talk about this lady. She's not the craziest, but she's just the first one that popped into my head. She's been coming there ever since I started working there.
Is this the spaghetti string lady?
No, I forgot about her too.
Okay. I thought
She doesn't come to our store anymore, but god damn. As soon as we heard her voice, you'd be like, God.
It's spaghetti string.
God, it's spaghetti strap. No, but this lady, I don't even know her full name, but
You'd call Karen.
yeah, we'll say Karen. She would always get a caramel frappuccino with a shot of espresso and a dot of caramel. When I say dot, I mean like you squeeze the caramel bottle, like just a little bit, and that little dot of caramel on the whipped cream. If you do any more than that, she has you remake the whole thing. I'm not joking. And if it's not somebody that she knows, like if I'm not making it or if it's not one of my supervisors making it, and she sees somebody new or somebody that she's never seen before hand it off to her, she'll be like, oh no, this isn't right. She never tastes it. She sees you. She doesn't know who you are. And she's like, oh no, it's not right. It's not right. Can you have somebody else remake it? But if she sees me and I had somebody else make it and I'm just handing it off to her, she'll be like, oh my God, it's so perfect. You know what to do every time. I'm like, I didn't even make it, but okay. And every time I would see her order come in, like if she's coming through the drive-thru, if she placed a mobile order and one of my new people was like, oh, okay, let me make it. And I look at them like, dot of caramel. They're like, huh? And I'm like, bottle, squeeze a little bit, and that's it. I'm not joking. They're like, oh, Laura, no, that's not it. It says light caramel drizzle. I'm like, listen to me. Squeeze the bottle lightly. That's it. I'm not joking. She will have you remake it. I'm not joking.
That should be like an initiation for y'all. Just have them deal with her.
I feel like it is. Once you deal with her, I'm like, okay, you're fully trained. You don't need me here anymore.
So I guess the final question, we'll end it off on here, is working there. What? Oh, I think I'm trying to word this right. Your mental status working there. How has it improved before you worked there, or has it decreased since you left?
Oh, it's improved.
When you was working there, was it? I'm guessing it was bad.
It kind of, yeah. Okay. Kind of. It wasn't the greatest, but now it's better.
It's a lot better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
That's all that matters.
Okay.
All right. So that's where we're going to end it today.
Interview with a former Starbucks employee.
That's actually what I'm going to title it too. But anyway, y'all have a lovely day. Stay safe. Or a lovely week, I should say. And if you haven't already, go over to TikTok, follow me, Dark Scrumptious.
Subscribe, like the video, share,
subscribe,
comment.
share, leave a comment. And we will see y'all in the next video.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Stealing that from Markiplier. Bye-bye.